Time now to check in with Zane. And Zane, we have a lot to talk about. Heat, storms, all the things.
Yeah, they're all tied together. It's a little bit of a busy stretch of weather here for the next couple, 3 days, Laura. So let's talk about, we talked about the heat earlier on. Let's get into some of the storm potential here over the next couple of days in particular. So first up tomorrow and then possibly Thursday. We mentioned earlier on Wednesday's highest severe potential is in eastern and northeast Iowa. That's where storms will be more numerous, and that's where they have a better shot at being severe as winds aloft kind of strengthen towards Wednesday evening. But storms could fire in sort of north central Iowa as soon as 4 o'clock, and a wind, hail, possibly a tornado threat. Then Thursday, it'll depend a little bit on kind of what happens Wednesday, unfortunately, which makes things a little bit harder. But we do kind of have 2 windows of storm potential on Thursday. One early in the morning as the sun's coming up, some strong storms are possible, and then again later in the afternoon as those the pieces of that weather system move eastward into the kind of southeast part of the state. We'll talk about that in 1 second. Outside right now, obviously it's all about the heat here. Plenty of sunshine now as a few high-level clouds disappear. Our temperatures are rising into through the 80s, and our heat index values are already up well into the 90s. One of the main drivers of our severe weather potential the next couple of days is out here. Big boundary sitting over just east of the Rocky Mountains. That's going to go eastward this afternoon, and you can see why there's that orange area, big giant level 3 risk over the Dakotas and Nebraska. This is where that boundary is going to go and then provide storms this afternoon. There is some possibility that a few of those storms last long enough that late tonight they get a little bit reinvigorated and come into northwest Iowa, although that chance is fairly low. So we're going to zoom through the next couple days just quickly and just show you the general idea, and then we'll zoom in a little bit closer. So as we head towards tomorrow, you see that front that's way out to the west that eventually makes its way into Iowa. A few storms form ahead of it. Temperatures, they're above 90 once again. And then the front gets stuck here tomorrow night, and that allows a second little low pressure center to go northeast right along it into Thursday morning, and then a few more storms as we head into Thursday afternoon before that front finally clears Iowa and leaves us drier for Friday. So let's zoom into just talking about today and into tomorrow and then into Thursday, just the state of Iowa. So first up this afternoon, widespread triple-digit heat index values right around 100 to 105. This will be basically all you have to worry about today. You don't have to worry about storms today during the daytime hours. As we head towards tonight, I mentioned those storms out over the plains. Some of those perhaps late in the evening try to cross into northwest Iowa. The chance is fairly low, but it's not zero that we get kind of a late night storm. And then during the morning hours tomorrow, there's signs of a few scattered sort of non-severe showers and thunderstorms that could drift through the middle of the state. That kind of complicates the forecast for later in the day, but these will not be severe most likely. This is just maybe some morning scattered rainfall, quick little shower. Then we'll watch as that front is coming into the state kind of right like this here as we head towards the mid-afternoon hours. There are still questions about how widespread really will we get storms along this front across north central Iowa, kind of as soon as maybe 2, but I think more closer to 3 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. But either way, what storms that do form will become more widespread as we head into the evening and they move eastward. So here around the Des Moines metro, points to the south, I'm not totally convinced that you're going to have that many storms tomorrow in the evening, but we'll have to keep an eye on that. And then those storms will push off to the east here as we head later on into the night. And it's more of an eastern Iowa thing then by the late evening hours here of Wednesday. That'll take us into Thursday. Remember that boundary is still kind of stuck by. There are some data points that show perhaps a cluster of strong storms move through the state here early on Thursday morning. That's something we'll have to watch once we get past Wednesday's storms. It'll depend exactly where our boundary is located, all that stuff. And then we'll watch from about midday into the afternoon. Our front's kind of like this to see what more showers and storms form as it pushes into southeast Iowa. Some of those could be strong. But at the same time, any storms form in the eastern half of the state. Actually, if you're in western Iowa by Thursday afternoon, you're getting a fresh breeze out of the north and the west. You'll have dry skies and your humidity levels will be dropping noticeably. Notice our temperatures will already be dropping Thursday. So we still got one more kind of soupy day with the hot air tomorrow above 90 degrees, probably still some hours around 100 for the heat index. We drop to 80s Thursday, and then we have dry skies in 80s and no more problematic humidity by Friday. There are some still chances of rainfall this weekend, but right now severe potential doesn't look too high, and it's not going to be as hot and as humid, and actually be cooling off into the 70s early next week.